for Mesquite from about their own 45-yard line. They tried a little end around that time. I think that was Jarvis Thrasher, and he got hit and driven backwards immediately. So right now the best Cactus offense is their defense. Well, Lloyd, I know you've got a lot to do, and you're a busy guy. Do you ever get a chance to just kind of sit back and watch the football game itself?
I did for about 10 minutes. I told my wife, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go sit in the bench, the bleachers. And so I did that for about 10 minutes, and I got bored. And I was like, nah. So, I walked over there to the other sideline, showed my face, told these guys congratulations. I appreciate them. Tell them they look good. Came over here, did the same thing. And then next thing you know, Eloy. Oh,
yeah.
And it's like, man, I just want to rest. And then, I was supposed to come up here earlier, and I apologized, and I was down there doing some stuff, and then we gave out the awards. Like, I better go up there and take care of K-Mac. I just want y'all to know, guys, y'all are doing another awesome job. I've gotten some text messages throughout the game, and they were saying the same thing, that, man, this was definitely a winner. Hopefully we can continue to do things like this throughout the season.
Yep.
And that was one of the things we mentioned this afternoon in the meeting was about doing some more radio broadcasting throughout the season. Maybe not necessarily big games. Of course, we want to do that, but maybe during the season, game of the weeks.
Right.
And that's one of the things I'm trying to do because, definitely game of the week, you want to promote that. It helps. And what I try to do as a league owner is every team gets a different player game of the week. Promote that team. That way it helps them and even it out. And stuff like that. That's what we try to do. So this would definitely help the radio.
Well, we're having a good time. We appreciate everybody's patience out there as we struggle with the duplicate numerals and all that kind of thing. We're hanging out as best we can. So
you're doing a good job. Enjoying it. Yeah, like I said, you're doing a good job. Y'all guys are awesome. That's why I asked y'all to come back. And hopefully y'all will come back out.
Well, I appreciate being here. This is my first experience watching an STAFF football game, and I like the talent level. I like, it's. They just show players have a lot of heart. They have a lot of pride. And so far, a good football game. Besides, all the little growing pains, this is just it's a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
A third down and 46-yard heave from Dante Hunter to Terrence T.D. Perkins off to the 2-yard line, off his fingertips, incomplete. Wasn't going to count because there's a flag in the back for the anyway, but what a gun.
All right. Well, guys, I just want to give a quick shout-out, if I can, to all you other teams out there listening tonight. Definitely come to Staf, www.gostafgo.com. Give me a call. If you don't have my number, I'll tell you right now. It's area code 210-707-0692. We are definitely worth looking at. This one next year will be my 4th season. I promise you we have a lot of good things to come. So y'all guys give me a call. To the other players and within the staff and other organizations, Texas football wouldn't exist with you guys. So you guys give yourselves a hand on the back. Y'all guys are greatly appreciated. And again, thank you, K-Mac Sports. We appreciate y'all. And y'all enjoy the rest of the game.
We will. And
thanks, fans.
If you didn't get that number, I am snap over his head back to the 15-yard line. Rose gets it away. And that ball's going to land at the 45, and it takes a Mesquite roll. It's going to be dead at about the 38-yard line. So it all worked out pretty well for Mesquite, all things considered. And now a lot of bad stuff going on down the field. So unfortunately, on that note, we're going to let you go down there and play enforcer, sir.
Awesome.
Eloy Villa, Commissioner of Staff. Thank you very much for his time.
And yes, there is a little fight going on down in the field, but yeah, there was a little cheap shot coming up as the ball was waiting to be dead. There at the 33-yard line, some Cactus Conference came and blindsided somebody, and then 77 from the Mesquite Conference says, well, what you can do, I can do better, and just blindsided somebody else. Now there's a melee there at about the 25-yard line. Coaches, refs, everybody trying to organize everything, but that can just that's bad football, and I'm not going to give any merit to it. As the Mesquite Conference, again, on that possession, had the ball at the 48-yard line, inside Cactus territory. They drove it all the way to the 18. From there, it was a loss of about 20 yards on a fumble, a 15-yard penalty, another loss, and then a punt that from the 46-yard line that the punter had to go all the way to the 15-yard line as the ball went over his head and punt it. Pretty good punt as he got back to, all the way to about the 40, 35-yard line, and that's when I don't know what the frustration is about. I guess so now, they're going to have to clean up a lot of flags. I think they called a 15-yarder first on Mesquite Conference. And
we'll call the game right now. Thank you.
They're going to call the game right now?
I think he said it basically, if it doesn't settle down, they're going to call the game right now.
Now we got the refs and the coaches meeting again as they met right at midfield right before halftime to figure out all the rule changes. As you heard Eloy said, they're playing the Pro Bowl rules.
Right.
No blitzing, nothing like that, and they were getting away with it. So, yeah, I guess all that illegal procedure on defense was because they were calling plays that were not allowed during this All-Star game or banned. But right now, it's just out of control. The players are just frustrated, and the Cactus Conference is, I don't know. I mean, that was a cheap shot on a part of the player of the Cactus Conference that started the whole thing. But 77 didn't have to come in and lay somebody out afterwards. So you understand. You understand. You got your teammates back. But
now the players.
This is now they're gathering on there. There might be some ejections. There might be more penalties as we'll wait what the referees decide. But it was a nice start off to this game. It's kind of turned a little bit sloppy.
Well, you basically had a situation on a punt like that where you had a bunch of guys standing around the ball waiting for it to die, and somebody came flying in and blindsided somebody, and then somebody came back the other side. And
yeah, in the NFL, that's a 15-yard penalty. They don't let that kind of cheap shot. You know, the player safety, and that's not good sportsmanship. And the referee was standing right there in front when this Cactus player came and leveled one of the Mesquite players, and he didn't throw a flag. He just let it go. And if he would have thrown a flag right there or blown the whistle, we might not have had the 77 come up and lay somebody out. And 77 is David Barron from the Austin Vipers. So now, crowd is cheering as I guess the game is going to continue.
I think they're basically calling the teams together once again. Both teams are gathering around their respective head coaches. The situation, 5:34 to go in the third quarter. Mesquite Conference on top, 17-7. That was the score at halftime. And you really weren't missing a whole lot as far as game action while we're talking to Eloy Vera, except the Mesquite Conference going to a 3rd and 46 type situation. They were going the wrong way.
Boy, that was a nice connection between, I think it was Cooks or a player coming across the field and from Dante. And that was a nice play. It took them all the way inside the 20-yard line, but then they just started going backwards. They started scrambling, going backwards, and Simon Guerrero there with a nice fumble, made the quarterback fumble for a big loss, and then the 15-yard penalty. And now just trying to organize things and trying to calm things down and restart this game, and hopefully all this cheap shot and dirty play is done away with. This is an all-star game. This is something the fans need to come in and show some good sportsmanship. But like we said in the beginning of the game, these players are taking it seriously. The coaches are taking it seriously. So competition.
But, you know, at the same time, on that same note, the players are taking it seriously, but you've got a lot of kids in the stands. You've got a lot of, these players have a lot of sons and daughters watching them. They don't need to be seeing that kind of stuff. That's just cheap football. I know it's hot out there. They're probably, hot and tired and getting irritated, but you just don't need to do that. Play the game hard, play it clean, and set an example for the kids that are watching. We talked about, and you see it on the team websites, how important they value the family and all that kind of thing. Players need to show it. Don't just talk about it. They need to show it.
Yeah, and then a Cactus player that I guess got hit, and then he started doing the rope-a-dope, the Muhammad Ali thing, trying to swing at any Mesquite Conference player he saw. Again, the numbers are pretty hard to read. And so now, big break in the action. We don't, the players, all the players and coaches and everybody talking to the ref on the field. So we're going to go ahead and take a short break while they sort things out as you're listening to the STAF Football All-Star Game on KMAX Sports.
Double-digit pay raises are history. Now money's a lot harder to get a hold of and even harder to hang on to. That's why State Farm agent Allison Boyd would like to offer you a free discount double check. She'll go through your car insurance policy to make sure you're getting the discounts you deserve and aren't leaving any money on the table. So call State Farm agent Allison Boyd in Liberty Hill today, because being there to help keep more of your money in your pocket is why she's here. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. It takes one quick conversation with Lake Cliff Country Club General Manager Brian Dees to find out what sets Lake Cliff's Arnold Palmer designed golf course away from the others. Brian says it's the unparalleled bent grass greens which provide the high-quality putting surface. Brian says they're the best greens in the area. Of course, Brian is proud of his quality staff and the great customer service provided by the Lake Cliff Country Club staff. Visitors, whether they're there to take part in the golfing, tennis, or social amenities at Lake Cliff, will enjoy the relaxed atmosphere out in the Lakeway area and minutes from downtown Austin. Call Lake Cliff Country Club 888-798-0695 or see them online at lakecliffcc.com. Come enjoy the hill country in style. Lake Cliff Country Club online at lakecliffcc.com. Find your new or pre-owned motorcycles, wave runners, sports boats, and all their accessories at...
That would merit an ejection.
Well, both teams are back on the field, so it looks like we are going to get back to football eventually here. 5:34 to go in the third quarter, 17-7, Mesquite Conference on top. But it just kind of makes you wonder. It's the kind of thing where even if the game does get underway, everybody's going to be on the edge of their seats now, just waiting for something else to happen. And you just kind of hate to play a game under that circumstances.
And you had Eloy up here of just now, maybe he walked down to the field at his perfect timing.
Yeah.
But that's not what this league is trying to become or what it's all about, and he'll straighten things out.
So players still down in the field, still discussing it. Coach is still out in the field. Referees gathering around. The ball still sitting at about the 39-yard line. It will be Cactus ball. After a great defensive stand that they put on to start the second half, we've been now down for about 15-20 minutes, like JB said, just trying to get cooler heads to prevail.
You also have Hank Morris, the general manager of the Austin Vipers, down on the field. Maybe he's just trying to help out, settle things down. But
right.
The coaches and the refs are the only ones that should be down there on the field, in my opinion, and try to sort this thing out.
So gradually, like pit road before a NASCAR race, everybody's gradually making their way to the sidelines, and looks like we're about ready to get back to football here. 17-7 the score, Mesquite Conference on top. And the Mesquite team gathered around their coaching staff at about the 30-yard line for the most part. Most of them, not all of them, but most of the players gathered around there. And offensive and defensive units are on the field now. Everybody else is pretty much cleared off the field. Chains are being moved, so it looks like
this might be something that they would look at as part of the amateur football. To me. But I apologize to the John F. Kennedy High School. They're Rockets, not Cougars. But now we're getting ready back to play some football.
So here we go. 17-7 to score. 5:20 and counting to go in the third quarter. And back in at quarterback is Brandon May from Cuero. He takes the snap, rolling to his left, looking downfield, fires, tipped at the line of scrimmage and knocked away. Nice defensive play there made by J.R. Turner.
And again, looks like they got May trying to put him in the open. Now it's rolling out, trying to give him some time to throw. But right there, nice defensive play by the perfect timing there by the defensive player to knock the ball down. And like he had an open receiver out in the flat.
I'm corrected. That's Dante Hunter from the Austin Vipers got the hand up there and knocked it down. Second down or 10. Ball from the 39-yard line. Clock continuing to roll here with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Brandon May, the quarterback. He's got Troy Mangum all set to his right side. Seems like it's forever that we've called his number. Quick drop. Now rolling to his left, throws it up. Got a man streaking down the sideline there. Knocked down. That's a pass interference immediately. The ball is intercepted, but it's not going to matter.
And they just stopped playing. He intercepted, and it's going to go all the way for a touchdown. It could be offensive pass interference, but
I don't think it's going to be.
He was leveled. The thing is that all the Cuero Cactus Conference players, everybody just started standing around and let the guy go about 60 yards for a touchdown. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be called back, but still, you got to keep on playing.
Yes, he did. Cameron Crowder had the interception and took it all the way back for the end zone. Basically threw a bunch of players standing still, but at about the 40-yard line, that pass thrown up by May, and the intended receiver just leveled before the ball was even within 20 yards from him. So that's got to be pass interference going to be called on the defense.
And it should be a spot foul.
Unsportsmanlike conduct they're actually calling.
Well, yeah, it should be pass interference. It should be a spot foul. The ball should be at the 45-yard line in the Mesquite Conference territory. But I guess they blow to the head, maybe, or